July 6, 2016. This was the day a man who had faced the paranormal thousands of times finally felt fear himself. A man who had completed over 6,000 paranormal investigations. His name was Gaurav Tiwari. In this video, I'm going to talk about his final investigation, the case that was followed by his death. If you try looking this case up online, you'll barely find anything, almost no clear information. That's why my team and I spent a long time researching it in depth. What exactly was his last case, and what happened after he returned home that night? I won't drag this intro any further. Let's get straight to the story. But before we begin, if you enjoy horror, mystery, and historical content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. How it started. In 2009, Gaurav Tiwari founded the Indian Paranormal Society. The group focused on cases that went beyond logic, incidents people couldn't explain or understand, situations where human behavior seemed unnatural and was believed to be connected to the spirit world. One day, Gaurav received a call from Janakpuri, Delhi. The caller explained that there was a young woman in their house whose behavior had become deeply disturbing. Nothing about her actions felt normal or human. The society agreed to take the case. However, that day, Gaurav wasn't well. His health had been declining, and he had been struggling with depression for some time. Because of this, he initially decided not to go himself. His team would handle the investigation. But when he heard how serious the girl's condition was, he changed his decision. He felt that his presence might make a difference. There are conflicting accounts about the timing of this case. Some say it happened months earlier. Others, including Gaurav's father, believe it occurred just one night before his death, in July 2016. Whatever the exact date, what unfolded that night was deeply unsettling and extremely dangerous. On the way. It was already evening. Gaurav and his team loaded their equipment into the vehicle. Gaurav took the front seat. The rest of the team sat behind him. One team member noticed something unusual. He said, "Sir, you don't look okay. Are you feeling all right? We can handle everything. You should rest." Gaurav replied quietly, "I'm fine, but lately, whenever I try to rest, sleep, or sit in peace, it feels like something is stopping me. Like a negative force inside me, waiting for me to give up." In any investigation, a leader's confidence holds the team together. Once that confidence starts to break, everything else follows. That night, the team sensed it too. The man who had built everything, the strongest among them, seemed shaken. Was something truly trying to weaken him? At the building. They arrived at the apartment in Janakpuri. Even before entering, Gaurav can hear the girl screaming. Her cries were so loud that people from nearby apartments had stepped out to watch. Others leaned over their balconies. Many were keeping a distance. While everyone else stayed back, Gaurav walked inside. The moment he entered the building, the screams grew louder. Inside the elevator, as it climbed floor by floor, the sound became more intense. One thing always set Gaurav apart. He never rushed into rituals or exorcisms. His first step was always a psychological evaluation. Conditions like schizophrenia, cerebral edema, or dissociative identity disorder can cause hallucinations and extreme behavior. That was always his starting point. The girl. When Gaurav entered the flat, something unexpected happened. The girl, who had been screaming non-stop, fell completely silent the moment she saw him. Her father looked at Gaurav with desperate hope, as if this man was his last chance. The girl, however, stared at Gaurav as if she recognized him, as if there was some old, unspoken connection. She smiled softly and walked back into her room. Her father was stunned. He said, "I haven't seen her this calm in years. She hasn't smiled in so long. I believe you can save her." Gaurav replied calmly, "I understand how you feel, but the most serious illness isn't in the body or the soul, it's in the mind." He asked the father to explain everything from the beginning. What the father revealed. The father explained that until a few months ago, everything was normal. His daughter went to college, met friends, lived freely. Then slowly, she withdrew. She stopped going out. She locked herself in her room. Whenever they tried to talk to her, she screamed at them in a voice that didn't sound like her own. One night, she entered their bedroom around midnight. At first, the father felt relieved until he noticed a dagger in her hand. He quickly took it away from her. That's when he realized this wasn't a small issue. It was going to be a long fight. After that, she began hurting herself daily. If anyone tried to stop her, she screamed even louder. Her voice never seemed to rest, but the moment Gaurav arrived, the house fell silent again. The investigation. Gaurav instructed his team to set up cameras throughout the house and activate the EMF meters. All of them started flashing. All of them. That wasn't normal. Usually only one device reacts. Here, everything did. The EMF readings were highly unusual. As Gaurav moved closer to the girl's room, the readings spiked sharply. He knew it was time to enter. Inside the room, the girl sat quietly on the bed. When she saw Gaurav, she said, "So you're here." Gaurav paused. "Who are you? I come in peace." She replied, "Every evil in this house knows you. You take them with you. Tonight, you'll take one more." Suddenly, Gaurav felt something was wrong. The voice didn't feel like it was coming from her. It felt like it was coming from behind him, as if something stood inches away, whispering. But Gaurav knew he could not turn around. What the team witnessed. Outside the room, a team member reviewing footage noticed something terrifying. In several camera feeds, a dark figure appeared to be peering from behind the walls, staring straight into the lens. Panicked, he ran into the room. He saw Gaurav standing completely still, frozen. The girl sat on the bed, smiling. This was the first time the team had ever seen Gaurav hesitate. Fear was clear on his face. They felt it wasn't just one presence, but many. And perhaps some of them had already attached themselves to Gaurav. Afterwards, eventually, Gaurav regained control. He finished the investigation and, as he always did, said, "Whatever dark forces are here, come with me. Leave this place." Something his team never fully understood, how one man could carry the burden of thousands of entities. On the drive back, Gaurav remained silent. At 1:30 in the morning, he reached home. His wife asked why he hadn't answered his phone. He said, "They've all come back. They want to see me dead. Everywhere I go, I see dark shadows laughing at me." He went to his room. His wife had always feared this day. She had begged him to leave this life and live normally. July 7th, 2016. The next morning, Gaurav woke up, checked his emails, spent time with his family, and went to take a shower. Suddenly, a loud noise came from the bathroom. The family forced the door open. Gaurav Tiwari was lying on the floor. He was dead. The police ruled it a case of suicide. But his family believes the Janakpuri case had deeply affected him. His wife said that in the days leading up to his death, he often spoke about a dark presence following him, mentally tormenting him, pushing him deeper into depression. The more you try to solve this case, the more complicated it becomes. Perhaps the truth disappeared along with him. Final words. Gaurav Tiwari wasn't just among the best, he was the most dedicated paranormal investigator this country has ever seen. Many people use that title today, but his discipline, courage, and commitment have never been matched. If you'd like me to talk about more of his cases, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. My name is Dark Proof Stories, and I'll see you in the next horror story. Thank you for listening.